So why are you here at Mass? For some, it's like you've been dragged, have to go, or guilted into going. Some of you are fervent, can't wait to go. Wild horses couldn't keep you away. But I would suggest between those two extremes are a lot of people. And in between that, I sort of believe, or really I want to believe. And so what am I wanting when I come here? I don't really come here expecting a miracle because miracles don't often happen, and let's be honest, we always think that they happen to someone else other than myself. But what I want to do is I want to encounter Christ. I want to know that my prayers are being answered. I want to know that what is being proclaimed and what I profess is real because I experience it. It's not really all that tall of an order to ask, because that's what Thomas wants too. Because I thought, why is Thomas there? I mean, if he really didn't believe at all, said Jesus didn't rise, he wouldn't even be with the disciples. But then we also know that he really doesn't believe either. You know, unless I put my fingers in his nail marks and my hand in his side, I won't believe. Well, if you're at that level, why are you there? Well, then why you're there, he's there, is he wants to know. He wants to experience the risen Jesus. And it really isn't that tall of an order for him to ask that. It's not like he's asking for a miracle. And the reason why I say that is because everybody's saying, hey, I saw Jesus. He's risen from the dead. Well, if you're saying that, I should be able to see him too. That would be perfectly reasonable. And so he does. Jesus shows up, says, put her there, and he says, my Lord and my God. He finally comes to believe. Not only that Jesus Christ is risen from the dead, but also that he's the Son of God. Now this would have been something we all could have done ourselves as well, except that he ascended into heaven. And after he ascended into heaven, we can no longer see him like Thomas did. No longer say, well, come on, you all say he's alive. I should be able to see him. Let's show up. But we still want to encounter the risen Lord. And that's why we're here today. When we encounter him in various ways, we encounter him in the community. We want to see Christ in our brothers and sisters. I remember a long time ago when I was still a lay person, I was visiting my parents on Thanksgiving, went to the Thanksgiving Mass at a local parish, and what they did was they brought up canned goods at the time of the collection. And being a visitor and stranger there, I didn't have a can. And so everybody else in the congregation is going up and bringing up their cans, and here I am looking stupid in the pew with no cans. And some lady who was right by me saw my discomfort, and she had a couple cans. She gave me one. And to this day, I still remember that act of kindness, that experience of community. She was Christ to me in that moment. We experience Christ in the readings that challenge us. I always heard that a good preacher is one who sets himself on fire and others watch him be burned. And it's really true, because if I'm not being convicted by what I'm preaching, then why am I here? And so I am experiencing Christ in the scriptures proclaimed. We experience Christ in the presider. I always remember my old mentor, Father Carl Tunat, 75 years old. He was still chugging along as an old-time priest. This was 20 years ago, so you can kind of imagine the old-time religion I was exposed to. And it was great, because it was a person who truly believed. It was a person that I could say, I would like to be like that. Maybe not exactly, but I would like to say that, have the same enthusiasm and passion that he does. And finally, in the Eucharist, the real miracle. The miracle that happens every day, but it just happens so often that we look upon it as normal. That this bread and wine no longer is bread and wine, but the body and blood of Jesus Christ. And so that is how we experience Jesus Christ each and every Mass. Whether it's through the community, whether it's through the readings, whether it's through the presider, whether it's through the Eucharist. It is these ordinary ways that we expect and can encounter the presence of Christ, knowing that he is risen and alive. And once we experience that risen Christ, then like Thomas, we can say, my Lord and my God. Not because we're citing some rote prayer or something that somebody told us, but because we truly believe, because we've experienced him this Mass.